Had to speak with TJ Woods, BYU's new offensive line coach, following practice yesterday. 5 practices in, and asking him things like from the day you took over to where you are in fall camp right now, from where you picked him up from day one to where we are in fall camp now.
Well, I think they've made a ton of progress for sure. You know, they put in a lot of work, and you know, the standard has been set pretty high for those guys, and they've answered the bell every single day. And I'm really proud of where they're at now. Obviously, we have a long way to go. That's why we're out here practicing right now. Thank goodness it's only practice 5, but I'm pleased with where the group is for sure.
Where specifically have you seen them take the biggest steps forward, scheme, and just from your perspective of general assignments and being disciplined?
Well, I think their overall knowledge of the offense has improved. I think a lot of that, to be honest, has to do with experience, right? A lot of those guys have played a lot of snaps and have been in this offense for quite some time. So, you know, I think that's part of it. And then, you know, in my opinion, we have as good a leadership as I've ever been a part of in that room. And, you know, summer's kind of the time for those guys to take it by the reins, and right, the coaches get a little bit of a break. And while we're here, sometimes we're not here quite as often as we are throughout the fall and spring, and et cetera. So guys like Connor Pay, Braden Keim, Caleb Etienne, those guys have really taken ownership in not only understanding what we're doing for them, but helping the others learn, right? And in my opinion, the best way to learn something is to teach it. If you can teach it, you know it. So they've done a tremendous job that way.
A couple of names you mentioned specifically, Connor Pay first and foremost. He's never afraid to share his opinion, and he has said last year he didn't feel like he could quite hold his teammates accountable. That's different this year. So how are you seeing him hold his teammates accountable this go around?
Yeah, I mean, I think at the end of the day, the hardest part about being a leader is you know, feeling like you're on an island at times, or you know, you need the other guys in the room to help you be a leader too. And I think that's kind of what the way we've tried to approach it. It's a group effort, right? It's not all on my shoulders. It's not all on Connor's shoulders. We all hold each other accountable. We coach and treat each player differently, but we hold each other to the same standard, and that standard's really high.
The other one is Caleb Etienne, and just from having some conversations with members of the offensive line and other football players, they've specifically pointed him out as, in their words, a different player than he was last year. What's different about Caleb as he approaches his next season?
I think confidence. I think he has confidence. I think he's playing aggressive. You know, I think it's natural. It's human nature for an offensive lineman not to let anybody down, right? If we don't do our job, no one else on the field can. And so it's inherent to be selfless. And I think a lot of times you play the game without aggression because of that. I think you can get paralysis of analysis. You can get kind of bogged down or worried that, you know, you don't want to be the one letting everybody down. But the reality is you have to dominate. You have to be aggressive. You have to play with attitude. You have to finish. And that allows everybody else to be able to do their job, and obviously gives them more time in the run and the pass. So I think he's done a good job of that so far.
BYU, for 3 straight National Football League drafts, has put a left tackle into the league, and once again leaving some big shoes to fill. So right now, who is your guy at left tackle on day 5 of fall camp?
Caleb Etienne, without a doubt. Yep, it's pretty impressive, 3 in a row. That's pretty cool. So hopefully we can make it 4. That's what we're working on.
That's good. Hey, I'm all about it. Let's get to 4 for sure. TJ Woods is with us on BYU Sports Nation. As you assess the group entirely, and you've already answered this in part, but what are they doing best right now, and where do they need to make the most improvement before you take on Southern Illinois on August 31st?
Right now they're playing with attitude and effort, and without that, nothing else matters. I think they're doing that right now really well. That's part of fall camp, right? The grind, it's hot, it's hard. You know, all of this is by design, right? And they're doing a good job of that. I think the biggest thing going through the rest of fall camp is just gelling together, playing together, building chemistry, building trust. And part of that's my job, to get the starting group solidified as fast as we can, right? We're not there yet, but the faster we can do that, the faster those guys can play together. Now, ultimately, on offensive line, it's always 5-on-4 if we all play together, so we should always have the advantage.
What's the desired rotation number? Is 8 the magic number? Is it 10? Is it 12? I know that's kind of a moving target year to year, but what is it for you right now?
I mean, I as a coach, you feel comfortable with 8 to 9, you know. And I think we're in some real battles right now for some of those numbers. You know, there's 6 or 7 that I think are competing for the top 5, but then there's a lot of guys that are really battling for 7, 8, and 9 right now to get on the bus. And we have a lot of good young players, and I like the competition there right now.
If you had to label a couple of players in the offensive line group as surprises this camp, or people that have really jumped off as you've reviewed film after practice and whatnot, who would those guys be?
Surprises for me, I want to say Caleb Etienne, but I expected him to do well. And he's still got some growth. He's got areas of growth for sure still. But, you know, Sonny Makassini, I think, is doing really well. You know, Jake Eichhorn's having a good start to camp with the position change. So we got a lot of guys that I think are doing a really good job. But those are just kind of a few off the top of my head.
What's your relationship like with the tight ends group? Because I know that they're very heavily invested in run blocking schemes and working cohesively with the offensive line. So how does that work with Coach Gilbride and the tight ends group? How has that relationship evolved and developed?
Well, I think they're a huge part. I mean, a huge part of our run game, right? And I think that's something that's, I mean, in my career, and I've been a lot of places, but having tight ends that can block and that can set edges in the run game is invaluable. And we have those guys, and we got a lot of them, to be honest. Coach Gilbride does a great job with them. They are clued in. They understand that when they put their hand down next to us, they are the 6th offensive lineman at times, right? And while all those guys are very skilled and can go catch the ball too, they play with attitude too. They're interested in being physical and knocking people off the ball too. So it's been really fun having those guys with us for sure.
And just for fun at the end here, if you were to push one of your big guys up front because out of necessity to play tight end and catch the ball, who's the guy that you're sliding into that group?
That's tough. I don't know. I would say probably Waylon Lapuaho.
Okay.
Yeah, rugby player, Sonny, one of those guys. They're used to handling the ball. I'm going with them.
I like that. I was just hoping you wouldn't say Connor. Okay.
Yeah. Don't tell Connor I said that. You know.
Coach, we appreciate the time and the insight into the offensive line. Look forward to the rest of fall camp. Good luck.
Appreciate it, Spence. Thank you.
TJ